It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
Hello, everyone. This is Tyrone Lowe. This is my show, The Legends. And before I start my show, I want to really thank everybody that subscribes, that tunes in, and also just checking me out on different platforms. Today on my show, I got somebody that I've known quite a while. Fantastic guy. He's also a platinum recording artist. And in the House of the Legends, I bring you Mr. Tony Lee.
Hey, everybody. Everybody reach to the top. Everybody reach up. Don't stop, everybody reach.
Tony, before we actually start the show, man, I want to give you condolence to your niece.
Yes.
My condolence from my family to yours. And if you want to collaborate on that, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you, brother. She was a wonderful person, and her spirit will always live within me and our family. It's Kim Sewell Taylor. And she went on to be with the Lord 2 days ago. And, our family we are going through, but God is there for us, and we're going to stay strong. And she was a big catalyst in my career. And she's the only niece. I have over 6 nieces. She's the only one to call me Unc. And so when she would call, be like, Unc, I know exactly who it was. And she's just, I call her a beautiful soul. So thank you for your prayers and condolences for my wonderful niece, Kim Sewell Taylor. God bless her.
Well, Tony, you was on my show like 2 years ago with Status 4.
Yes, sir.
And I remember that day so well because we had so much fun in the TV studio.
That was great.
We touched on a lot of things and we had some fun. So, since then, what's been going on?
Oh man, so much, man. We've all been under this umbrella of the pandemic and dealing with COVID and all of that. And so, that slowed things down a bit because we couldn't travel. So we couldn't really take advantage of the success of the song at that time. Mm-hmm. But I always feel this way. Success delayed is not success denied. So as we continue to move forward and work on new projects, this project came up with my brother from another mother, Mr. Victor Simonelli. I call him V-Sim, make it simple. And when we started working on this project in the summer after he brought it to me, and it's called I Have the Right to Live. And it's poetry set to music, and it comes from 7 pieces that I wrote, which I'm going to give you an exclusive on a new one in that 7-piece today. Okay. And as we did it, it was just from my heart about what I thought about racism and bias in this country against Black and brown people, and how we all need to come together. So I thought the title was apropos. I Have the Right to Live, BLM, and it's doing quite well. So even in the pandemic, the creativity still started to flourish.
When you first got the track, when I first got the track from Vincent and you guys, like I said, you know what? I think Tony waked up one morning and said, we got to be politically correct. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The track has a very huge message in it, and it's a voice for a lot of people, of course. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Even though we're being integrated in the sense of color and things of that nature, I think it's never too late for people to actually go through that unification process. But we're going to rewind it back a little bit. Let's talk about your beginning, because you started. But before I even go there, congratulations on the 40th anniversary on Reach Up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's
a dynamite classic. Yes. So
Thank you.
Tell the viewers about how you actually got that production started.
Well, quick story. Again, working with Eric Matthew, right, who did Gary's Gang, at that time out of Queens, and got introduced to him by my good friend Nikki Brady, a guitarist and producer, and met with him back in the early 80s, and we sat down and we started, co-writing songs. And we came up with that one there. Also, there's a good friend named Nick Chisano. He worked with us during that time as well, and the song just took off. And it's interesting because as we were listening to music and listening to D Train, Keep On, and so as we were listening to that, and I know D from Erasmus High School. I went to Jefferson, Orange Way. What up? And we just thought it would be a great follow through of the message, to keep reaching up. And now historically, it has become a classic and legendary around the world. And I am humbled to the ninth degree, brother, that people are still loving it, still playing it, and that it goes before me in all I do. I couldn't have a better song to do it.
Well, when I actually got that record, I was playing at Club Ecstasy in Brooklyn.
Oh, come on.
And actually, I played the first part of it. It packed the floor.
Yeah.
But when I played the dub version of it, I had a thing where I played the dub version, then I go right into D Train. Keep on,
Oh, yeah.
whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, and the crowd just goes crazy. You know what I'm saying?
And listen, it was great. Great. It was natural. I think both songs, the messages intertwine. Yeah, I really do.
It did, yes.
I think that's why the longevity of both songs today are as great as it was when they came out 40 years ago. Just think about it, man. 40 years, people have been hearing and playing this song around the world. It blows my mind. It totally blows my mind. You know what I mean? And I'm a happy, blessed man, and thankful that I have such great fans and people still enjoy the music that started my career.
Okay.
So
I'm just going to say one word. Status 4.
Hey. As they say, you ain't really down. And those brothers, those brothers, and they are my brothers. We next year, actually, 83 will be their 40th anniversary for You Ain't Really Down, because their songs came back to back. And Status, cousin Derek White is in the group Status, and that's how I met them back in the early 80s. And I heard them sing. I went to a rehearsal and heard them sing. They sang 10 songs in a row. By the third song, brother, I ran out and called my producer, Eric Matthew. I said, man, you got to hear this. I ain't got to hear no more. These cats are fantastic. And brought them in the studio. And my niece, Lisa, said to me at my grandmother's restaurant, Utica Open Kitchen. She had a restaurant for 47 years in Brooklyn. And my niece Lisa's outside one day. We just talking. She said, "Oh, Uncle, you ain't really down." And I was like, "What?" and it just I said, kind of say that again. And I went home, and the first line said, "You were my lady, and your love was true. But as soon as I turn my back on you, baby, look what you go and do. Start sneaking, using me like a tool. Now I know the deal. I can see right through you because you ain't really down." And the rest is history.
Tony, at an early age of actually coming into actually singing,
yes.
Who are your influences?
Oh, man, just the great ones. Sam Cooke, Marvin Gaye, okay, Temptations. I'm old school, coming from that. And voices, man. Steve Perry from Journey. I loved his voice. And so there was voices around me that I could hear. And then growing up from the gospel perspective, hearing the great gospel singers, James Cleveland and Andre Crouch and then Commission and all those great sounds that influenced me to continue to move forward. I have a song, brother, I've been singing for 41 years. Okay. If the Lord has blessed your soul, you ought to tell it. If he's made you whole, why can't you tell it? If he put food on your table, you ought to tell it, yeah. I've been singing that for 41 years, brother.
That's really nice, man.
It's live, brother. That's my Lebanon Baptist Church, Brooklyn, New York. My home church, my beginnings.
Vincent's been a big inspiration as far as I'm concerned because when you guys came to the studio, y'all brought a crew from England as well.
Yes.
A camera crew.
Yeah.
That was very exciting.
Yeah.
And I got a chance to really talk to Vincent that day, and then I followed up the next week because I went to Club LeBain's where he was playing.
Okay.
So we really got to talk about, You guys had a track out at that time, and actually, from my knowledge, it went platinum.
Yes. The Don't Stop, Keep Rising.
Yes.
It's still yes, still selling, still playing all over, man. The sad in the sense that, everything we wanted to happen from that song didn't happen as we planned because of the pandemic. So we could not travel, you know what I mean, to really take advantage. But again, things are looking better and better. So God willing, it's going to be better and better. You know what I mean? So we look for great things, even from that song, for the future.
When you actually give out production, what type of energy are you trying to receive back from your viewers and
wait, say that again.
Your fans?
I didn't hear you. Say it again. I didn't hear you.
I said, when you're actually doing production, what type of energy are you trying to receive from your fans?
Oh, just natural energy, just people to relate to what the music is saying, relate to what the lyrics are saying, and hopefully see themselves in the lyric and see their story, or touching on the story to some degree. So I always hope that we can connect. That I have the right to live, it says it plainly. We all have the right to live and to live in abundance and to live a great life. So, we shouldn't be held back by the color of our skin. We should be going forward by the content of our character, and those are words from Martin Luther King. And so, we have to understand that we want to relate to one another because our stories are always not that far-fetched and not that far reaching from each other. I believe that.
Right. So, we're going to take a little break right now, and we're going to get into Tony's new track. Guys, listen to it. It has a very, very strong message. Be open-minded because it is powerful. And we'll be right back with Mr. Tony Lee.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
We got some fun people in the house tonight.
This is our house.
I'm an American, a black American, and I have the right to live. I'm an American, a black American, and I have the right to live. When you see me, what do you see first? A subject, a threat, a suspect? Because I'm black? Does my humanness ever come into your view? For you. Stop being colorblind. See me for who I am. You see, I'm an American, a black American, and I have the right to live. How are we different than you? How are we so different than you? I got a mother, a father, a grandmother, a sister, a brother. They want to see me come home safe and sound. They want to see me come home safe and sound, just like yours do. Justice long delayed is justice too long denied. As a man soweth, so shall he reap. You see, I stand for racial equality, economical equality. America, what about you? What do you stand for? What do you stand for? See, I'm an American, a black American, and I have the right to live. Hear my voice, feel my heartbeat. It beats just like yours. You don't act until you see it live, with your own eyes. Black lives are being destroyed, America. Black lives are being destroyed. Destruction is the cost. It's a black and brown holocaust going on for much too long. We don't feel equal, so we don't feel free. You see, my 10-year-old mentoring student says, I'm confused by the policing I see. See, he's an American, a black American. And yes, he has the right to live. I'm not a second-class anything, y'all. I'm a first-class act all the way. It's murder, y'all, over and over and over again. It's racism. It's racist. It's America's racism trying to be swept under the rug of reality. You better recognize the long-term wounds of racism: white privilege, greed, power, control, economic disparity. It hurts me to my bone. It hurts me to my soul. Because you see, I'm an American, a black American, and I have the right to live. COVID-19, millions unemployed. George, Brianna, Ahmad, and many, 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 many more have equalized us all. You see, time for a perfect union is now. Change is now.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
Don't turn around. You ain't really down. Playing the games you do. Someday, everything will be alright. Know that different people make the world go round.
And it's all because of you, my dreams are coming true.
You're the sun that erases my rainy day.
Right now, I don't care who's watching.
For whatever the reason there might be.
With your love by my side, the world will be mine. You're the one for me.
Yeah! Nobody.
Hey, we're back. My name is Tyrone Lowe. This is my show, The Legends, and we have platinum artist Tony Lee in the house. What's going on?
What's
Tony?
up?
You know, that song is so powerful, man. And I see that when you was actually indulging and putting it down, you was really giving it from your heart.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's my truth. It's my truth, the things that I've seen in this country. And I've traveled this country and I've met many people. And it's just to put it on equal terms, you know, of the things that I saw. And because of the George Floyd incidents and Brianna and Aubrey, I couldn't contain my writing. And out of that writing came 7 pieces. And that was the first piece. And the great thing about that piece, Victor brought the piece to me, because they recorded it. He came over to record it in December of 2020. And when he brought it back to me in June of 2021, he had already created the track. So I never even knew what he was doing with it. And then when he created the track, it blew me away. So everything I was doing, then we had to stop, reverse, turn around, and start with this. And that's what we did. You know,
when I got the track, I put on my Mixcloud tape, and the actual Mixcloud tape, it was part of the top 100s and stuff. And I was very much, because everything you ever gave me, Tony, you know, I do it a little bit different. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Can you bring your volume up a little bit more? Bring your volume up a little bit.
Most definitely. What I did was, I did a party, man, and I played the track, but I did a little bit different. I did "Love Is the Message" and I just threw in the acapella.
Oh, wow!
And it was so different, you know.
Nice.
And everybody was like, "Wow," you know what I'm saying? And you know, sometimes you got to be a little bit different because I believe the message has to be enforced in more than one way. If you can.
I agree. I agree, brother. And I'm gonna tell you something. You know, the DJs. I sent you some information from iMusic out of London, and they're one of our promotional companies working with us around the world. And the response of the DJs around the world is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. I mean, from South Africa to Israel to China to Paris, it's amazing how this song is caught on. And it's been 2 months. It's been 60 days. So we're seeing that the message is clicking, and we're looking to get a stronger influence here in the States domestically. We just hired another promoter out of LA, and so we're going to try to get more domestic play out of it as well. You know, it's the message. It's the message. You know, and people are relating, and people of all shades and colors are relating. So, you know, I feel great that the message is getting through, and I'm going to be doing some performing soon, and doing some live stuff, and just continue to get that message out, so the truth be told, my truth be told, and so we can come together, you know, and have equality. And that's what I'm looking for in this life. You know.
So I'm curious, anything's going to be brought out new with you and Status 4?
Yeah, there's been some health issues with Status 4, but they're getting better, thank God.
Right.
And so we'll be going to do something before the end of the year. You know, there's some different ideas that have been floating around, you know. So we're looking to do that. And speaking of material and originality, you know, you my boy Tyrone Lowe. So I want to give you a first and exclusive of one of the new pieces of poetry that come out of that Tony Lee Poetic Chronicles Part 1.
Go for it.
Okay? This is a piece called In These Troubling Times, There's So Much on My Mind. In these troubling times, there's so much on my mind. In these troubling times, there's so much on my mind. Righteous anger, police brutality, time after time. What do we do? Injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. Stand up and care about what's happening to us, to you, America. 16 violations against an officer. Where's the accountability? Against a white officer who should have been gone a long, long time ago. The process must be changed or things will remain the same. Rioting and fires, Lord, Lord, oh Lord, please take us higher. We need a new normal in justice today. As much as we're different, we feel the same pain. How would you feel? How would you feel if that knee that was on George Floyd's neck was on your brain?
Wow,
in these troubling times, there's so much on my mind.
That's very heavy.
Yeah,
very exclusive at that.
Thank you.
You know, thank you for sharing that. You know,
hey, brother,
and,
that's the first exclusive.
And viewers,
for you,
hold on
Tyrone
to
Lowe.
that. You know,
Yes, sir.
we seem to not really. We hear, but we don't endure. You know, that's the difference of the unification process that we're going through. We know what we're supposed to do, but we're not actually trying to project it to the point where it's supposed to be stabilized.
Yes,
to make it into a real reality, part of our characteristics. You know, a persona. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
you know,
I
there's
do.
there's always a saying that if you put multicolored babies together, it doesn't matter to them. They will all play, and you know, and somewhere along the line, somebody became a rocket scientist and said, "Listen, we gotta hate those," you know, and it just went broadband and out of hand. It's about time that we try to really put it together, put a yield on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but because time is now, change is now. Right? We have to look at the world and let's work together to create a great world, and we can do it. But you can't do it without having the truth be told. You know what I'm saying? And no more skirting it under the rug, you know, in terms of what's going on in this country. It's out in the front. You can see it, deal with it. Let's make the amends that need to be made, and let's move forward and create a great world. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Or else, as I said in the piece, you'll be talking about America, you'll be a conspirator in your own demise. Okay? So let's change the narrative. Let's change it to equality, working equality for all of us, and especially for Black and brown people in this world that we live in.
You know, Tony, there's a lot of people that's upcoming in this industry, you know, as far as production, acting, and whatever, you know, whatever they want to do as far as entertainment. Is there any type of encouragement you can give them to, you know, to apply themselves to this industry? Because it has changed since those days, you know.
Sure.
And so now, and though you're old school and new school, can you give them a transition of some type of aura to apply by?
Well, I can say this, but I was teasing with Victor the other day. I was saying to him, you know, we came into the record business, okay? It was about vinyl, you know, the 33 and the third, you know, going down to the shops in the city. And now it's a streaming business. It is not a physical record business, or there's a lack thereof of that. But the whole idea is to tell your truth. Tell your truth, stand for your truth. If you can't stand for your truth, then you really can't stand too well at all. So stand for your truth and be able to be the original person that I feel God has made you. and bring that originality out and let people see this is who you are. This is the energy that you bring and bring positive. We need to come together. Bring positive. We need to stay strong. As a culture, bring positivity, to the lyric form, to the movie form. I have ideas for screenplays and ideas for movies that I think are going to be revolutionary, I feel, in terms of some of the things that I want to say. So I say to young up-and-coming artists, be authentic. Be your authentic self and bring a positive narrative to it so that we can all be better from it. If it's love, if it's joy, it's happiness, if it's sorrow, if it's things that are negative, bring around a positive vibe as well so we can see the yin and the yang. Okay? So that's what I would say to young people. Stay your authentic self.
Briefly, give some shout outs, Tony. Give some shout outs to some people.
Oh man! Oh, listen, boy, this show could go on forever, brother, because I've been blessed to know many people. But first of all, shout out to you, Ty. We've known each other a long time, and to be on your show and to come on your show again was a privilege. Shout out to Yaya in Florida; she was amazing. All right,
that's my partner.
With her, and also her mother, Evelyn Thomas. Please shout out to her as well. I'm working on some new material, so tell Yaya I'll be in touch.
Okay.
Shout out to my singers I work with, Angela Monique and Diane Malloy. My keyboardist, Big Bob Hunter, Sam the Man at the JC Studios. Obviously, the one, the only, Victor Simonelli.
Of course.
Who is now in
Europe.
Of
course, that's the man.
Doing his thing. Obviously, his son Emmanuel, watch out for him. Okay. Obviously, my brother Arnie Love, Status 4. To the people I love, I thank you for being with me on this 40-year journey.
Well, I've been flattered to have you on my show, man. I thank you so much. And this has been another T-Lo video production. And stay tuned for another episode. Thank you so much, Tony. We will definitely be talking.
Brother. Thank you. Peace and love.
All right.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
We got some fun people in the house tonight.
For the love of house.
The dynamic soul sounds of DJ Tyrone Lowe. DJ Tyrone Lowe. DJ Tyrone Lowe.
That's nice.
DJ Tyrone Lowe. The dynamic soul sounds of DJ Tyrone Lowe.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.